We got to look at your RWB Porsches over here.
Yep.
So Josh had, what's his name?
Akira Nakai.
So Akira Nakai, he's RWB. He comes to your garage. He basically takes your car apart by hand, and I guess you can explain it. But.
Yeah, so there's essentially Akira Nakai is RWB rauh-welt begriff. It roughly translates to rough world concept. And he sells a set of basically body kits, wide body kits, specifically for air-cooled Porsches. And so he will sell you the kit. You basically get it primed and painted. You get your wheels together. You get a set of coilovers installed in your car. And then he will fly out from Japan to your residence or your shop or a local business, wherever you want to build the car. And within 48 hours, he will build you your car.
48 hours.
48 hours, yes. You literally from the time that you pick him up at the airport to the time that you take him back, it is 48 hours.
All right. Well, okay. So I didn't know the 48-hour part. That's insane.
It is insane.
Look at the quality of car that is put together in 48 hours.
Yeah. So this car started as a 1995 Porsche Carrera C2. It was it wasn't stock. It basically started with or by the time I got it, it had pretty much every engine bolt on. It had a set of coilovers. And it had been freshly painted factory slate gray, so it was a good build car because there were a lot of inherent savings there.
Oh yeah, because you have to have everything color matched before he comes,
yes,
correct?
Yes. And yeah, so Nakai shows up and he spends about 10 minutes looking over the car, and then he goes to work, and he gets the whole car put up on jack stands, removes all the wheels. And then he just starts pulling pieces off. The bumper, side skirts, everything gets pulled off. And then he starts cutting fenders.
So he just cuts right into your car.
He cuts right into the car. This is not what you would describe as a reversible process.
Yeah.
This is rather a rather permanent change. RWBs are very much a controversial topic in the Porsche world. Some people believe that Porsches are basically should be kept as Ferdinand Porsche envisioned them. But I think it really speaks to the variability of the platform and the brand that a 911, which can be 10, 20, 30 years old, can appeal to an incredible range of people. One of the misconceptions with RWB is that, Nakai is basically an artist. He comes in and he, for lack of a better phrase, he sculpts the car. But he doesn't do any work to the engine. He doesn't do anything to the interior. So ultimately, the quality of the car is really up to you as the owner. So if you want to build a race car where you have full race suspension, a full race engine, you've got a huge wing on the back. That's up to you. If you want more of a street car, which is what I opted for, then you get a very stanced, balanced car. To me, it's art. It's certainly not art to everyone.
Yeah.
But that is the appeal of RWB to me is that it's a car that is truly your own. It's crafted to what you want, and ultimately the vision is up to you.
Sure. Well, I get that. I get that this style is not going to be for everyone.
Yep.
And I'm okay with that. I'm sure you're okay with that.
Yep.
Ultimately, it's your car.
Yep.
And this is your expression of how you want to look this car, you want the car to look.
Yep.
And I think it looks amazing.
Thanks.
I think you're going to get that with any sort of car modifications. You're going to have purists.
Yep.
And you're going to have the people that love to modify. And this is certainly no different.
Yeah.
And you have two very clean, beautiful examples. I've seen one other one when I was in Minnesota.
Okay. Which one? Do you remember the color?
It's red and white.
Red and white. Okay.
It's like the Marlboro colors.
Yeah. I think they styled it after that more low rendering. I think was what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's take a look at this one, and then let's talk a little bit about why you chose to do 2.
Sure. So this was the first one. Originally, I started looking at Porsches after I sold my R8. My wife and I were having our first child, and I was looking for a car that could fit 3 people, or at least 2 normal-sized people, and one very small person.
It's a family car.
Exactly. Yeah. So something that would have back seats, and so that naturally led me to look at Porsches. Originally, I was looking at modified 997 turbos, or ideally, I would have loved to have gotten a GT3, but there are no back seats in that. And ultimately, I came across some Instagram feeds with some RWB pictures, and I was in love. I thought it was just so pretty. All of these cars that were being built, and I figured that I would start with the most modern one. So I picked the 993 platform. Mm-hmm. And from there, I just looked for a quality build car. And when I found the slate gray 993, was located in Arizona, I thought that was the one. And then I had seen there was a 997 turbo that was slate gray that had red wheels, and I really liked that.
Yeah.
And then I found another RWB that had these particular wheels. These are rotiform Rsr wheels. Very unique. They're 3-piece wheels with reverse hardwood. So it gives it a very unique look. So from there, the build just sort of popped out. Ended up picking a number of various carbon fiber pieces. We added a lot of Renline aluminum bits in here. We went with a Roth Sport billet single piece of shifter. I've got a 996 custom carbon fiber steering wheel. What else we got? RS style door panels. I actually have a new set of carbon fiber door panels that should be here in a couple weeks that are going to go in here. And of course, for me, the most important piece is the car seat in the back.
There you have it. In case you thought he was kidding.
Yep. No. This is my daughter's favorite car. She loves this car. This car has pretty much every engine bolt-on you can do. It's got Fab Speed headers, Fab Speed cross pipe, and it's got a Pfister 3 exhaust mufflers.
Okay.
The car's very loud.
I was gonna say, so it's not quiet.
Which is awesome. And it's got a number of GT3 and Elephant suspension improvements. So the car handles great. I mean, it's still a relatively low horsepower car. I mean, you're talking about 300 at the crank maybe. I mean, it's so you're not going to smoke anyone in a quarter mile with this thing.
Yeah.
But the nice thing about it is that it is enough power to go out and have fun, where you can run through the entire rev range, and you're not in any legal trouble.
Sure. Yeah. And there's something to be said about that. There's some cars like a 997 turbo that I may or may not have driven.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Certainly not at excessive speeds.
Yeah. Or in the United States.
Oh, right. Definitely in Canada.
Yeah. So in that car, in a 997 turbo,
yep,
especially one that's been modified, you can't run through the gears.
Right.
If you do, I mean, you're
140 miles an hour or something, or worse.
Whereas you get in a car like this, you can run through the gears.
Yep.
You can. I mean, there's a lot to be said for that.
Yeah. So I actually drive this car fairly often. This is probably the car that I drive the most out of anything in this shop. And it's an awesome classic custom car.
Yeah. Well, and I also love that you actually drive your cars. So
I do. I work from home. I don't have any friends, so I don't really drive a lot, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to,
But like,
put them on the street at least.
I know you've driven all of the cars we've looked at.
Yes,
so far.
yes,
So,
that
like,
is true.
They don't just sit in your garage.
Yeah,
I mean, they do a lot of that because, I mean, you can only drive so many at a
Sure.
time.
Yes.
But I'm the same way. I work from home, so my
Yeah.
cars don't get a lot of miles on them.
Yeah.
But every chance you get
Yep.
out and you drive them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is beautiful. And the carbon fiber mirrors are nice.
Yep.
A nice touch.
Yeah, we just put those on actually last September. Yeah, so this car is almost done. It needs a custom set of tailpipes. It needs the carbon fiber door panels, and then really it's done. So it's been a continuing project.
There's the signature right there.
Yeah, that is Nakai's signature. Yeah.
So let's go take a look at the 99.
This is a 964.
Oh, 964.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know my Porsches.
No, that's
well.
all good.
It's too many nines and different numbers.
So this car, I put in my order for the second RWB about 2 weeks after Nakai finished the first one. When I was originally deciding what type of RWB to do, it was really between the 993, which is sort of the most recent iteration, and then doing what's called a backdate build, where you actually take your Porsche and you effectively try to make it look older.
Okay.
And so you'll note that this particular Porsche, we don't have one to compare it to, but it has the very classic style signal lights with the horn grille. This is what's called a lawn hood, where the hood actually extends all the way past your signal lights. Normally you would on a short hood, which is what Porsche started making in 1974. It's a shorter hood, and you get integrated signal lights. It's basically the difference between the pre and post impact bumpers.
Okay.
So yeah, I wanted to make sure that while Nakai was still building these, that I got a backdate, and so this is what's called an RSR backdate. So it's styled to resemble a 1973 Porsche Rsr, which was sort of their street legal race car at the time.
Yeah. And the wheels are obviously made to look like Porsche wheels.
Yes. So these are rotiforms again, and it's a style called Fuchs wheels, which very much resembles the classic Fuchs wheels that were used on cars at the time. Obviously not in this size and or offset,
Right,
but yeah.
Yeah, because what is this? I mean, I got a hand and a half of back spacing there.
Yeah, so these wheels are actually 18 by 12. On the 993, they are 18 by 13 in the back.
Wow.
So if you run a smaller wheel, you get more tire choices, which was something I wanted to do on this one. This
Smaller.
particular, yeah, smaller, right? 12 instead of 13.
Yeah.
This particular build, we went with a number of outlaw touches. This is very much kind of a Magnus Walker style with the drilled countersunk door handles. Mm-hmm. And then the interior of this car was very much inspired by the custom Cinder Porsches that are currently in production. Obviously, substantially less expensive, but that was the inspiration.
Okay.
So we went for the woven leather race seats, the nickel grommets. You'll note that there is almost no carpet in this car at all. Instead, we have fiberglass panels. This was another same shop, Cascade Customs and Design, basically did this for me. It was entirely custom. There's no template for any of this. They did just an incredible job.
Yeah, look at this. It's such a cool detail. All this paneling here. That's
yeah, it's all body color.
It's all painted to match.
Yep.
Over here, and you can see the buckets in the back.
Yep.
Very cool.
And so we went with the classic aluminum style dash in there with the same woven fabric. Volvo prototypical steering wheel. The exposed shifter, so no shift boot. Same deal with the various interior pieces. We went with black anodized run line pieces. This has a hidden Bluetooth stereo, so it's completely concealed. There's no head unit. We had to move a number of the controls for like the sunroof and the all-wheel drive differential lock. This is a C4. Yeah, I should have said that at the beginning. This is a 1989 964 C4, so it is all-wheel drive. And this particular car is a 3.8 conversion. So again, the benefits of finding a build car where a lot of the work that you would like to do, but in this case don't have to pay for, is already done.
Wow, that is really clean. And I'm not sure if the light's picking it up, but these are carbon fiber accents in here in the engine compartment. The fan there is painted red. But then look at the size of these exhaust tips.
Yeah, so this is an actual 997 GT3 exhaust that's on here. So we added a set of custom headers, and we had to actually custom fabricate the connectors between the connecting pipe between the headers and the muffler, and all of it had to be shortened because on a back date. Without the impact bumper, your bumper is substantially closer to the exhaust.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. And the RWB logo there.
Yep.
It's a nice touch.
So this car was originally red, which is why the engine bits are red. But yeah, this color is it's a custom color. We started with Porsche mint green, and basically kept making it brighter.
Well, the color it's such a cool color, and it even sticks out to me, and I'm colorblind. So.
Oh, okay, all right, that's good. Yeah,
but
didn't want it to be too subtle. Yeah.
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 But it's a good color that's still loud, but it's still kind of a classic color.
Sure.
It kind of goes with your vintage theme.
Yeah.
So, well played.
Thank you. But yeah, this car was this was the most work that I've done on a car myself. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing when it comes to working on cars.
Well, you got to have some idea by now.
I know how to break things. I can say that. If I had a web series, it would be called Irrational Confidence Garage, where I just routinely do things that I am horribly unqualified to do.
Yeah, well, I could help you with that.
Thanks. Yeah.
We could do a Incompetence Garage collaboration.
Yeah. But yeah, it's there were times when I wasn't quite sure how this car was going to come back together, but it's. But
here it is.
Here it is, and it was a great learning experience, and I look forward to doing it again.
So the keen observer will note all the extra room you have right
yes.
here. What's coming next?
What's coming next? I've got another Porsche that I'm working on. It's an '84 Carrera that's it's being backdated. To look like a late 60s 911R tribute.
So you're going older?
I'm going older, and it will be a narrow body.
Okay.
So it will not be receiving the RWB wide body treatment, so please stop sending me hate mail. And it's basically a very lightweight stripped down car. It'll have very nice vintage race seats, and It's got a full race suspension and a roll bar, and so it's going to be what you would describe as a gentleman's racer, essentially, for that era where it was not a sort of track focused car, but it was a car that was modified enough that you could take it to the track, and
Sure.
And that's exactly what I intend to do with it.
Sure, I can picture that. That'll be cool.
And that car will be in a very bright green, very vintage bright green. What is it? Yellow green, Gelbgrün, I think is the official color.
Okay.
So that'll be here. I'm working on that with a guy in Georgia. Should be here in a couple months, and we'll finish off the interior, and we're going to add some independent throttle bodies to it.
Cool.
Which will be very much a first for me to start tearing apart an engine. Luckily, you shouldn't have to drop the engine for that, so that'll be nice. But
yes, that'll be fun.
That'll be fun. So there's that one. So that one's definitely coming. And then next on the list, looking for a 2008 Gallardo Superleggera.
Anyone knows where one's at?
In orange, orange only. My original Gallardo was orange, and I very partial to that color and that car, and that particular one. There are manual examples, so versions of that have a manual transmission. They're extremely rare. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it's in the single digits.
Okay.
So
wow.
That's out of the question, just because no one ever sells those. But what is starting to happen is that you can do basically a manual transmission conversion. So I'll be sending the car off to Dallas to get basically a gated transmission installed, and we'll swap out the E-gear. It is expensive, but somehow worth it, I hope.
All right, so we went through all of Josh's car collection, so a huge thank you to Josh for letting us come in and take a look. As you can see, it's a beautiful collection, and Josh is a super cool guy, so make sure you follow him on Instagram.
Not that cool.
Pretty cool. And I'll put that. Totally distracted me.
Sorry. That's my bad. If you want it, sorry. It's my bad.
No, it's all good. I'll put his Instagram on the screen here somewhere. And Josh said that we could come back sometime when the roads are a little more clear.
Yeah.
It's winter in Bend right now, so they got all sorts of rocks and stuff that are not friendly to supercar paint.
Very true.
So we'll come back. We'll go for a ride. We'll get to hear these things light up, and yeah, you'll see more of Josh in the future and his cars. So,
cool.
So thanks, Josh.
Awesome. Hey, thank you.
I really appreciate it. It means a lot.
Hey, no problem at all.
If you need anything, feel free to talk to me as well.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Hit that like button, subscribe. So follow Josh on Instagram. You can follow me too if you like, but that's neither here nor there. But have a great day. Talk to you next time.